So we're back with another My Hero Academia episode review, and to be honest, I don't really know what to say. Regardless, fans are going to be upset because, it's not accurate to the manga source material. But in my opinion, I feel like for whatever it does that is accurate to the manga source material, I still think for what it's worth, it's still pretty good. This is the My Villain Academia arc, and this is focusing mainly on the League of Villains and their mindset and their goals, and this is just a thing for the anime to do and the manga at the time to get us to sympathize with the villains and what they are doing. And I like stories like these. I like stories where they try to put us in the perspective of the villain and try to make us either sympathize or empathize with what they're trying to do and who they are and what their goals are and yada yada yada. I like stories like these. I like seeing both perspectives because it gives us an insight on who we're actually viewing on a week-to-week basis, such as with the show My Hero Academia. I like seeing this type of storytelling because it's just different. You don't normally see this in a lot of stories, but whenever a story does do this, I normally find it very interesting. And for what it's worth, like I said, I did find this very interesting. It puts us more into the perspective of Himiko Toga. She's the main focus of this episode, because the League of Villains got to, I think it's called Deka City? I don't remember what it's called, but they got to a city, and this had already been reported on after the fact that there was a mass villain attack going on over in that district of the world in Japan, a few episodes ago, like in episode 101 or something like that. I think that's cool how they tie that in. But this whole episode mainly focuses on Himiko Toga and who she is, and why she is the way that she is. This is the whole point of the episode, is to see what's going on through her mind. Why did she give up the life that she had in order to live the life that she currently has now? And the episode explains that she had to live a good portion of her life in her, quote, normal life, putting on a facade, putting on a mask and a face that wasn't her true self. And that's what I really liked about this episode and how they characterized this character. They made us understand that she didn't like hiding her true self and who she is, and she didn't like doing that. So she broke out from the monotony of hiding her real self, and she did it in the worst way possible, because now she's a criminal who violently attacks people just to get their blood because she's obsessed with that. But we can still empathize with her mindset. Her mindset was she didn't like hiding her real true self, and so she broke out of that, and now she's living as her true self and going towards what she really loves and cares about. And you can understand that mindset, and you don't have to agree with the villain. That's not what these stories are all about. They're mainly there to help you understand why the villain does what they do. In this episode, I feel like we actually got to understand that a lot with Himiko Toga, and I really like that. But the thing that I didn't like was how we only have so many episodes left. We're on episode 21, I think, for this season, and normally these seasons have 25 episodes, so we're almost done, So the fact that we're almost done, it just feels like they have to skim through a lot of the development for the other characters, and they had to speed on through with Himiko Toga herself even in this episode. It would have been interesting to see more about this character as episodes progress on further and further, and we see her struggle even more so than we did in this episode, and we see more about her. We learn more about her. We see that and through the course of time, instead of just seeing that in this one fight in this one episode where she's immediately not incapacitated. Well, is incapacitated the word that I'm looking for? I think it is. I'm gonna have to look it up. But she's basically knocked out, right? And she's basically pointless at this point in time. She's completely knocked out. She can't do anything because she got ruthlessly attacked by the Meta Liberation Army, and she's just there, and Twice is now protecting her in the next episode, and that's pretty much it. I would have rather have seen this through the course of time instead of just seeing it in the one episode and just forgetting about it later on, because these characters would have been a lot more impactful and a lot more memorable and a lot more understanding and just better in every single way if we actually just saw this through the course of time instead of just having the one episode dedicated to them specifically and then continue on and onwards. And if that's just what they're going to continue on doing for this point forward with the rest of the characters, that kind of sucks, but I am going to enjoy them for what it's worth. Again, it's not like the manga source material where they allowed the characters to get room to breathe and da-da-da-da-da, but you have to just accept with what we got. You know, production just is the way that it is. Something probably happened during My Hero Academia's production time, and they just had to do what they had to do. I'm not really sure why. If someone can explain to me, please explain so, because I have no idea. I haven't really looked that deep into it because I've been busy for the past like 2 weeks focusing on other stuff, so I don't really know. Like I said, for what it's worth, I did like this episode. I still really like this episode, and I still like episodes like these and want more of this here on out. I just wish that we would have had more time to see all of this culminate into something huge for these characters in specific, because I feel like we don't see the League of Villains and these characters enough, and actually seeing them grow and develop and change over time, that would have been really cool. And we actually see Himiko's quirk actually improve in some sort of way. She gets a power up where now she can control the quirk of whoever's blood that she's taken, because she still had Uraraka's blood, and now she's able to use her quirk when she wasn't able to do that before. I thought that was really cool, and I would have liked to see more of that, of her now taking, you know, other members of the Men Liberation Army's quirks and use that to her benefit. But now she's just out of the story for right now, and that fucking sucks. I don't know if she's like dead or she's gonna die, but I don't know. Just I feel like they just should have. I feel like they shouldn't have just skimmed it by like the way that they did. They should have just allowed time to progress forward a little bit. Maybe over the course of like a fucking arc that normally takes place in this show, or maybe like a whole season of just this stuff with these characters, with, you know, cuts back to like our main characters every so often. I don't know what they could have done. I don't know what the manga did specifically, but I did like what we got in this episode for what it is worth, and I think everyone should just appreciate what we get, right? I think that's all we can just really agree upon. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. I don't really have anything else to say other than that. You know, these characters are improving, they're changing. We see more of who they are and what their mindset is, and again, that stuff is really cool, and I want to see more of that. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next one. Have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.